Okay, so let us begin today's class. Uh, Welcome back to Mata Sundari Open University. Uh, this is your BA program. So we are going to cover the third block today. Okay, unit 12, 13, 14, 15. If you have received the SLM in the soft copy, those who have received the hard copy, they can look into it, which you have been sent to your email. So this is political science as a subject. What do we study in political science is that we study theory and practice of politics, uh, administration, politics, how the lawmakers, how who is the ruler of the country, how do we elect the ruler, what kind of system, election, and lawmaking power, police, everything we study in this. This is all part of politics. Governance, how does the government work? What is the function, role of government in society? Political system, what kind of political system is there in India, what kind of political system is there in America, what kind of political system is there in Africa or Europe. These things are all part of our political science. Okay. We study political parties, we study international organization. Okay, I think you have heard about United Nations before. They're all part of the organization. And political behavior, public policy, electoral system, international relationship between two countries, and all these things are also studied in the subject of political science. Okay. And then also this is an introduction about the subject again. So objectives, today's objectives is going to be University of Rights ensures human dignity applies globally beyond borders. So we are going to talk about rights. Human right, I think you have heard about this human right before. Okay, human right is as a human, you deserve to live a life with dignity. Okay, as a human, you deserve food, clothing, and shelter. These things are the most important thing. As a human, when you are born, what are the things that you need to have to live a good life is food, clothing, and shelter. Okay, खाना होना चाहिए, कपड़ा और एक घर. These three are the most important thing as a human you need to have. Okay, so we are going to talk about human dignity. When a person is living their life, okay, in society, a person should have a life which is respectable and it is a dignity. Okay, not well, so that's how you feel complete and you feel the happiness in your life. So human right is not only in India, it should be everywhere. We're not talking about only India, we are talking about everyone, all the human beings on this earth. Okay, beyond border. We are going to talk about sovereignty, state control, internal control, and external independence. Sovereignty, okay, every country is independent, we know that. Before 1947, we were not independent. Electricity is gone, so I think we have to continue without the camera. Okay, so sovereignty means a country is uh, independent. Okay, and we are not controlled by any other country. India, we are not controlled by America. India, we are not controlled by Russia. India is not controlled by uh, China or Japan, or nobody is controlled by anybody. There is what it means, sovereignty, independent. Okay, and forms of government structure, who rule, how, and why. Okay, government is divided into many structure: parliament, legislature, judiciary, and all other institution. These are all part of our government structure. We are going to learn interconnect, rights, check, sovereignty, government enforce both. Okay, rights means something which I own, my right. If you are a, if you know about fundamental rights, is it not? Right to equality, right to freedom of religion, fundamental rights, adhikar, is it not? We always say my right, my right. Women right, animal right, okay, LGBTQ right. These are all nowadays we can see human right. Okay, right. What is right? Right is something which I own. If you have your mobile phone, if I take your mobile phone, you will say give me my mobile phone, because mobile phone is your right. Okay, so right is something which belong to you. Your house is your right. If I try to take away your house, you will tell give me my house, because that house is yours, that is your right. Okay, so right is something which you own. In political science, right is a very important discussion. So essential for understanding modern politics, justice, and statecraft. So after studying about the right and all, we'll understand about the modern politics, what is justice and what is statecraft. Okay. So these are the things which we are going to be studying today. Unit 12 is freedom and equality core concept. Freedom. What is freedom? Azadi. In 1947, we say India got freedom. Independence Day, 15 August. What is independence? That means you are no longer under somebody's control. Freedom. Okay, is it not? That thing. There can be different types of freedom, which we'll be learning here. So understanding freedom: negative freedom, positive freedom, Marxist freedom, collective freedom. There are four types of freedom. Azadi, four types होता है. Absence from constraint. Number one, negative freedom. Negative freedom means that somebody is not stopping you from doing something. You can do whatever you want. If I want to sleep at 3 o'clock, I will sleep. If I want to go to Singapore, I will go. If I want to swim in the ocean, I will swim. There is nobody stopping you. That kind of freedom is there. Okay, that is called negative freedom. You can do whatever you want. If you want to play loud music in your house, you are playing the loud music. That nobody is stopping you. That is called negative freedom. But your negative freedom should not disturb others. Remember that. Yes, you can enjoy your freedom, watch television, go to theater, enjoy the movies, but your freedom should not disturb others. That's called a absent negative liberty, negative freedom. Next, positive freedom, capacity to act, self-realize, pursue chosen ends. There is a additional support that you need. Okay, to be yourself. Then you don't have to fake yourself in this in your journey of life or in your journey of academic capacity to act to self-develop. We know we always like to develop ourselves. We started from class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you're studying in the college level, university level, in a BA. So that's how you have developed. Means to self-realize, you are upgrading yourself. You are developing yourself. So there's also a freedom. Somebody did not stop you. Somebody did not say that you have studied till class 6, that's enough, you don't study more. Nobody is saying you that, because that is called positive freedom. You have a right and freedom to develop yourself, to self-realize. You have a goal in your life, you want to achieve this, you are working on it. That is called positive freedom to pursue for the future. Marxist freedom, freedom from alienation, exploitation, necessity. So Marxism is a very important in political science. If you study Marxism, it's very important. So Marxism always talk about economic freedom. Okay, whatever you are earning, you should be able to enjoy your hard-earned labor. Okay, exploitation. You should not be exploited by other. Like if you are a laborer, for example, any laborer who is sort of working, the owner of the laborer should not, torture the worker. So that kind of things should not happen. So he's talking about economically independent have to be there. Marxism talk about economic freedom. So there is third type of freedom. Next, collective freedom, individual link to free society, control over means of production. So yes, again, this is also a same thing like Marxism. Freedom for everybody in the society. Okay, we should be able to work whatever we want to work. Okay, so that we can control the means of production, because our society always keep on producing something. Today we produce new phone, tomorrow again that new phone will come. If you are using 4 GB RAM, tomorrow 8 GB RAM, next 12 GB RAM, production keeps on going. So it is your right and it's your freedom to be part of that means of production. Okay, so that is called collective freedom. As a group, we need a freedom to control the whatever production is happening in the society. So this is the things freedom. If you next time if you learn what is freedom, you can take this type of freedom. Are there negative freedom means nobody stopping you. Positive freedom means to develop and continue yourself, nobody stopping you to study till only class 6. Marxist freedom, economics. So these are the things. Those are the key thinkers are Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, Marx, Mills, Hum principle. Okay, so these are the thinkers. Okay, who have talked all these things. Mill talk about negative freedom. Okay, and that is also talked by different thinkers. Now equality, we have to be equal in the society, is it not? Nobody should be up, nobody should be low. Especially uh, uh, caste system is also a kind of problem that does not help in bringing equality in society. Okay, so we should see every human as a equal. Okay, so that thing. 5 types of equality in all natural, all human deserve equal treatment regardless of birth. So that is a very important thing. If I am born in Rajasthan or if I am born in Kerala, if I am born in Bihar, if I am born in Assam, wherever you are born, you need to be treated equally by the law. According to rules and regulation, you have to be treated equally. So it's called natural equality. Next, social equality, no discrimination by caste, class, wealth, or religion, or even gender. Okay, we should not discriminate somebody that he is from this class. I will not talk to him, I will not provide him something, I will not help him, or I will not socialize him in our group. That is not acceptable. That is not equality. That is bringing inequality. Caste, he is from this caste, will not let him come to our shop, or will not include him in the education system. That is not acceptable. Wealth, that is people, poor people, and religion, which we cannot discriminate. So it should not be there. Social equality means based on these things. Civil equality means equal legal status, rights before the law. Okay, law should be same for anybody. Whoever has done the crime should be punished, whether he is a member of the parliament, or he is a member of legislative assembly, he is the MLA or the MP, or the police, or the farmer, or the any teacher, whatever it is. Whoever has done the problem means he has to be treated by the law. Okay, so that is called civil. Economic equality means fair income opportunity, reduce wealth disparity. Okay, everybody should be given equal opportunity to earn. Okay, so that if somebody is born in a village area, if he doesn't have any access to any industry, no education, how he will compete in today's world? How he will buy a mobile phone? It's very costly, more than 10,000 any normal mobile phone. So if he is born in a village place with no education, or with no facility or college, how he will learn and how he will develop himself, how he will do any business or whatever. So it is a government duty to provide some opportunity to him, reduce wealth disparity. We know there is a rich people are getting rich and poor people are staying the poor. Though that gap should be reduced. Okay, so the rich and poor should be, cannot be totally similar, but should try to make them quite similar. That means uh, the government should collect tax from the rich people and distribute. Okay, so there is the way. That's why government is collecting income tax. So those who are rich people, their income will be taken, and the government will use that money for the welfare of the people. Government will build government school, government college, government hospital, so that with less amount of money, those who are the poor also, they can have access to a good life through education, health, and uh, all this, even reservation in the jobs. So these things are happening government job. Political equality, equal voting rights, office access, participation for all citizens. Okay, so in political, what are the equality we need? Everybody has right to vote after 18 years. Office access, anybody, whatever job or any office you want to join, this what the public office should be open for everybody to compete, and that's why we have competitive exams. Whoever the best can be selected. Participation, all citizens should be included in the governance and the public policy. We cannot ignore any section. So this is about political. Postulate absence of special privilege equals to minimum standard of living. Okay, so that means we should not give privilege to certain people only because they are from the rich family, they are from the king family. The government or the people should not discriminate, and they should not be given extra uh, treatment, because we are talking about equality here. Minimum standard of living should be given to every human being. Home, food, clothing, shelter. As I said, these three are most important for a normal human being. Food, khana, clothing, kapra, and shelter. Guard. These things should be there. So these are the types of equality. How to bring equality in the society. Okay, in society, if your neighbor is having a Lamborghini and having 10-story building, but if you are having just a small tin house with no proper water facility and all, obviously he is enjoying, but you are suffering. If government is not doing anything, there is no equality here. There is very inequality and injustice in the society. So there is should not happen. Everybody should be equal. So these are the types of equality. Next is justice. Justice. I think this is not a new word. You have heard about this before. Justice. Justice means to be treated fairly, fair treatment. Okay, to be given what they deserve. Just from the word just, just. I ate food just now. Just what it means, good or fair. FAIR, fair, fair treatment. Everybody should be given what they deserve. If some student has, for example, if the student has written good exam, but I gave him only 20 marks. So what did I do here? I did injustice because I did not give him the mark that he deserved. Okay. So justice means to be given what they deserve. If somebody has done a crime, he should be sent to jail. That is how we demand justice. Whenever there is a rape case or murder case in the society, that's why we demand justice. Justice to be brought. That means to be given what they deserve. Okay. So justice, there are five elements of justice: truth, equality before law, freedom, generality of values, and respect for nature. So if you follow all these five things, you can bring justice in the society. Truth, to follow the truth is a justice. You should follow what is the truth. Equality before law. Okay, everybody should be treated equally before the law, whether he's the prime minister or chief minister. If they have done a crime, they should be treated as a part of the law. That's how the equality before law says. Freedom. Okay, giving people freedom is going to give a justice to them. Generality of value. Okay, what is good, what is bad, we need to understand and we need to act accordingly. That is called generality of value. And respect for nature. Nature should be respected. So there is about justice. Justice means fair treatment, to be given what they deserve. Okay. There are four types of justice, dimension of justice: social, political, economic, legal. Okay. In social justice, we should be eliminate poverty. Poor people are there in society, especially in India. If you see, there are lots of people in the poor. So if you want to bring justice in the society, you need to help them, to give them a means of livelihood, give them some economic facility, educational facility, health facility, so that they can come out from the poverty and live a good life. Protect vulnerable groups, general welfare. Okay, there are vulnerable group whose population is dying, is it not? Some populations are extinct. I mean, very less in number. Then they live in jungle area, or they belong to the historically discriminated low class. So we should help them. That's how you can bring justice in the society. And general welfare, everybody should be given help, equal help by the government and the society. There is called social justice. Political justice means equal voting, participation, rule of law, independence of judiciary. Okay. So that everybody get equal voting. It is not that I am a senior citizen, I am 50 year of age, I will vote 2 times in the election. It is not possible. So equal voting should be there. Participation, everybody should be allowed to participate in the politics. Okay. Nobody should not be excluded, saying that this guy doesn't know politics, he should not participate. No, chance and opportunity should be given to all. There is political justice. Rule of law, as I said again, whoever has done anything bad or good, he should be treated according to the law. If he has done a good one, then you give him reward. If he has done a bad thing, then you punish him. That's how the state and the rule of the country says. Independence of judiciary. Okay, judiciary is very important. Like you will see in the movies also, you will see there are always a lawyer and judge. They are arguing and discussing about who has done the wrong, who is right, who is wrong. So in that, judiciary should be always independent. Judiciary should not be, police should not control the court, high court or supreme court. Prime minister should not control the court. President should not control the court. So that's how it means the independence of judiciary is very much important. So that is about political justice. Economic justice, fair distribution to each by need, freedom from exploitation. Everybody should be given equal opportunity to do and to upgrade themselves in their life. Okay. If somebody is born in a very remote area, in the village corner of the country or any land, this is not just about India, it is applied to the whole world. There can be poor people. If they are born in a very poor family, government should do such a thing so that he can also compete. Like our university is offering distance mode, that by staying at home, you can study with us, you can learn the same amount of knowledge that other people are getting. I can say even better because our faculties are doing very well. So this kind of opportunity should be there, that by staying far away you can still learn the education. So we can say that we are also performing a justice here by helping the people of the country by staying at home. And even this is the help with the government has allowed us to do this kind of things so that to help and educate the people. Freedom from exploitation. Economic justice means so that if you are a worker, if you are working somewhere, you should not be tortured. Okay, if you are working, people, the owners should not torture you. So this kind of justice should be there in the society. Legal justice, justice according to law, fair, impartial enforcement. Okay, same thing again. Sometimes in the news and all, you will see somebody, big person, businessman, big politician, if they do any something wrong, they get away, they come out of the problem easily, come out of the jail easily. So that things should not happen. Justice according to law, fair and impartial enforcement. The police should not discriminate. Whoever has done the wrong has to be decided that he has done a wrong. That is called legal justice. So from the source we get religion, nature, economics, and ethics. If you combine these things, you get all these four types of justice: social, political, economic, and legal. Okay. So history, let's see about the history of justice from where we have come till now. Let's talk about the history. What is justice? So history means we start from the Plato. Plato is a very important thinker in political science. Okay, so functional specialization, distributed justice based on merit. So these two, okay, if you are studying political science, you should know the father of political science is Aristotle. Okay, we have also discussed this. So Aristotle and Plato, they are a student and teacher. Plato was the teacher of Aristotle. So what kind of justice is to talk about ancient time? That means we are going back to 2000 years ago. Now we are living in 2026. Now we are talking about 2026 years ago. What was the kind of justice happening in the society? According to them, justice means functional specialization to do whatever you are capable of. If you are a very knowledgeable person, very wise person, then you should become a leader, maybe a prime minister. If you are a very good, knowledgeable, wise, wisdom person. If you are a very brave person, strong person, you should become soldier. If you are a good in cooking, if you are good in business, then you should become a businessman. If you are a good in artist thing, drawing and all, you should become an artist. A person who is good in drawing should not become a leader. A person who is good in leader wisdom should not become a artist. So he's saying about functional specialization. You should do what you are good at. Then only society will be very much functioning well. So that kind of justice they were talking about. Distributive justice based on merit. So whoever is good should be given good treatment in the society. That's how they talk about. There is ancient. We are talking about medieval. What happened? Augustine talk about justing this to religious principle and proper human hierarchy. So, but it was based on religion. Okay, after ancient medieval, now we are living in the modern. We are living in even in the postmodern and contemporary world. So medieval means it is based on religion. He said Augustine is a thinker. He talked about religious obedience. If you follow a religion, if you obey the principle, if you do good things in the society, then you are doing justice in the society. That is what talk about medieval Augustine theory. Then we talk about modern Hobbes and Locke. Very important thinker. Okay, in political science, these two. Justice as sovereign, common, equality, and liberty foundation. Okay, Hobbes talk about if you follow the rules and regulation of the country of the ruler, then you are doing justice in the society. Okay, equality and liberty. Okay, so again, Locke talk about equality and society. In society, we should all be equal, and freedom should be there of everybody. Okay, nobody should be discriminated, and nobody should be treated as unequal. So these things that talk about justice as sovereign, common, equality, and liberty. in contemporary world, in today's world, socialist emphasis economic justice, welfare state model. So today what we learn about justice is that economic justice. Okay, everybody should be given equal opportunity regarding the economy and financial prospect. We should be given equal opportunity to do the job, to do education. We can develop ourselves and we can upgrade ourselves. If you have the enough opportunity, then only there is justice in the society. If the poor people are not able to upgrade themselves in their life, then there is no justice in society. So in today's world, justice we understand is that uh, equal opportunity should be there of everybody to develop themselves. Welfare state model, the government should be able to help the people, those who are the downtrodden, those who are the poor, they should be given facility like what we saw government is doing. Rega, okay, Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi Rural National Employment Guarantee Act. Through that process, he's giving employment, the government giving employment. And I saw that government is providing Ayushman Bharat healthcare. Those who are they can do that. Those who are some facilities given through the Ayushman scheme. And I saw government is giving houses also. Okay, to build houses. So these are the things government is doing to welfare state model, so that every citizen is able to live a good life. Government is trying to make sure that everybody in the society is equal and they have the enough opportunity. Like if I have 100 rupees, if my neighbor is poor, at least he should have at least 90 rupees. Okay, if not 100. So government should try that at least we can be on the same level and we can always develop, because human beings are always evolving. Okay, we want to upgrade ourselves more. So that kind of thing should be there. Key insight: justice evolves social transformation, balances individual life, collective welfare. Okay, so we need to balance. Yes, as a person, as an individual, as a one person, I want to do this, I want to do that. But we should also think what is good for the society. Whatever I do, is it going to affect the society? Okay, so these things also should be balanced. Okay, balance individual right and collective welfare. So these are the history about what kind of justice happened: ancient Plato time, Augustine time, Hobbes and Locke, and the contemporary what we have now. So University of Rights and Law. Okay. So they again, rules and regulation doesn't mean that it will apply only in this particular area in the Agartala, or in the Bangalore, or only in the Delhi, or only only in the Mumbai, or only in the Chennai, or Indore. It is not like that. That the rules is applying only there. So what we are saying, the rules should be same across every places. That's what it means. Universality of rights and law. Rights apply to all humans regardless of nationality, culture, or time. So yes, right, as a human being, you should have the right. Okay, if you are whether you are Indian, whether you are Japan, Chinese, American, or European, or from African, wherever your country, but he's saying that this particular statement is saying that rights should be equal for everybody. Okay, it's not with discrimination. Okay, to example, right to education. Okay, if I say that that person is from this caste, that person is from this religion, so they will not take admission in the university or in the college. So that means you are discriminating him, and you are discriminating his right to education, because every human has a right to education, to educate themselves, to learn, and to experience and to develop themselves. Okay. So rights should be same for every humans, whether it is boy or girl, old or young. Okay, so it should not be there. We should see everybody as a human being. Everybody is trying. Everybody is trying to develop themselves. That's how it is going on. Nationality, culture. Oh, he's from this culture. He's from this. He speak this language. So will not consider him in the group, or will not give the facility. Let's discriminate him and kick him out. So these things should not be there. University should be there all time. Somebody came late. Okay, maybe in the class, or maybe in the, especially about the government schemes. Okay, not the private. So that should be there. Time that he's very young now, he should not be given opportunity. He's very old now, will not give him more chance. So these things should not be there. Rights should be equal for all human beings. Okay, so that thing should be there. Core principle: inherent dignity demands equal protection globally. Dignity is very important in our preamble also. If you write, with the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic, if you read about the preamble, you will learn about the dignity. Okay, as a human being, you have a very important right to live a life of dignity, respectful life. Okay, uh, if your life is not dignified, if you are how will you live? Okay, life should be dignity, respectful and honor level life. A good standard of living should be there. So to live a good life, you need a dignified life. Okay, if you are, if you don't have a house, if you don't have a proper clothes to wear, you may feel shy to go to the market. You may feel shy to come to the class. You may feel shy to talk to other people. So there is a talk about dignity. You should have some facility, basic facility, so that you can survive with a, okay, dignified life. So yes, protection should not be there only in the state of Punjab, or only state in the, only in the Ukraine, or only in the England, or only in the Singapore, or Japan, New Zealand, Australia, or only in America, but it should be there in everywhere of the, every part of the world. So remember that the inherent dignity, a human, when you want to live a respectful life, meaningful life, it should be protected everywhere. You should not say that they are from Bangladesh, so we don't need to protect their right. They are not human beings. No. So that's how it is saying. Okay, so protection should be there everywhere across the world. Links to rule of law. Law must respect universal human entitlements. Okay. So our country, the most important law of the country is Constitution of India. I think you have known, and those who have known is good. You need to learn more about the Indian Constitution is very important. Mm. So every country, it runs with rules and regulation. If you there in the school, if you have, if you remember, you have to wear some uniform. You have to come to this time, and you have to go out this time. This is your class. These are all part of our rules and regulation. Okay. So our country also, it has some rules and regulation. That is called Constitution of India, Samvidhan. So a country is not run by one person. A country is not run by two person. Or a country is not run by any police, or a country is not run by prime minister or president. But a country is always run by the rules and regulation. There is the Constitution. Remember that Constitution is the most important thing in your country, not any other thing. So yes, the rules and regulation should be there in the country, and we should respect human beings as human being. We should not see whether they are male, female, old or young, or from this caste, from this language, from this religion. We should see as a human being, what do they deserve? They deserve the basic treatment of dignified life. There is a thing about university of right. We should not say he's a Bangladeshi, he's a Pakistani, but what this page is trying to say is that as a human being, if he's a criminal, there is a different thing. But as a human being, the rights should be respected. So key features of universal: negative rights, positive rights, foundation. So what is negative right? Freedom from interference, speech or torture. Okay, as a human being, you have negative right. You should not be free from interference. Nobody should interfere too much in your life, that don't go there, don't eat there, don't do that, don't do that, don't read this, don't look this. So this is called freedom from interference. Speech and torture. You should be able to express yourself, your ideas. As a human being, we all have some a brain, we have a mind, we think, we are all unique. Okay, your thinking and my thinking will be different, your thinking, your friend thinking will be different. So you should have the freedom to give the speech, to express your ideas. Okay, so that is important. Torture, okay, you should not be tortured, whether it is domestically, at home, in the office, or in the park, or in the police station, wherever it is. Torture should not be there. That's called negative right. Positive right means entitlement of basics, example, education and health. As a human being, you deserve education, you deserve a good health. Okay, now if you are having a sick, or if you are not doing well, if there is no hospital, there is no doctor to cure you, that means as a human being, you have been deprived of your right as a human being. So you are no, not as a human being, you have become an animal. Because as a human being, you deserve education, you deserve health. These things are very much important. So these are the rights. If you see here, freedom, peace, equality, dignity, hope, love, education, prosperity, justice, food, religion, speech. So if you see the picture here, These are all part of your rights. You need all these things. Foundation, natural law tradition from law to modern declaration. So yes, from where did we know all these things, that as a human you deserve this, as a human you need to have education, food, clothing, shelter, health. As a human, how do we know that we need to get this? From where did we get this idea? We get this idea from Locke. His name is John Locke, one very important thinker in political science. He is known as the father of modern liberalism also. So John Locke talk about natural law. Natural law means right to life and personal property. He talk about this life, your life as a human being. You got your life, so your life cannot be taken by somebody else. Your life is yours to live. So that is why we talk you like the property. If you don't have a place to live, that means you have been deprived as a human being. You are no more a human being because you have been not, your life has been controlled by somebody. Your life has been taken away by somebody, controlled by fully, or you don't have a property or anywhere to live. That is means your right as a human being has been denied. Okay, so he talk about right to life and personal property. These things are natural laws. So your property should be protected. You should have a property and you should be able to live a life, good life. So that's what he talk about, John Locke. So there is a very important, that's why he is very popular. Even after 200, 300 years, we are still studying him. So these are the key feature about universal rights, negative rights, and positive rights. Okay. And foundation, where did we get these ideas from? Challenges to universality. Okay, what are the challenges that we have? Cultural relativism, rights seen as Western imposition. So there are still problems. Okay, society is not perfect. It tries to develop and it tries to adapt with the new changes that is happening. What we see in today's world is that in some places we see that the rights that we are just now, which we talk about, right to freedom of speech, education, dignity, all these things are, we came from the actually Western part. That's how some people see it, as that it is not our original. It is somebody who is teaching us to do all these things. Right now I am speaking English. This English is not ours originally. This English was given by the British and the America. So we are following that. So some people are criticizing that actually whatever we are learning is actually their idea. Our idea is not actually this one. Our idea is different. So there is one criticism. So okay, every human being also, we always face criticism in our life. Maybe your parents, your friend, or your partner, they will always criticize you. You are doing this, you are doing that. This is all natural. This is all part of a living. So that's how here also we may say that I want freedom in my life. I want to bring equality in the society, but it cannot be perfect. It has to be slowly and in the future to be progress. So same thing, they are saying that whatever the rights, whatever the article we are talking about that now is actually a part of Western culture. This is not our culture. State sovereignty conflict. Nation prioritize internal laws. Enforcement gap, weak in authoritarian regimes or conflict. So again, what we are saying is that what I said was that the rights should be given to everybody regardless of his nationality, caste, religion. But what happened is that some countries, they don't want to accept this. They are saying that I want to prioritize my own people first. Outside people, outside law, I don't want to accept it. So that is one more problem is that enforcement gave weak in authoritarian regimes or conflict. So yes, in some country there are the ruler are very strict. You cannot do anything without their permission. So in those places, these rights cannot be applied. Okay. So these are the problem. Three problems can be there. Even though you are talking about right is good, we need to have this. We need to have health. We need to have education. We need to have property. We need to have clothing, food, shelter. But some problems are still going on. These are the three problems. Uh, Implication: problems promotes global justice, ends impunity for atrocities, influences international courts, humanitarian interventions, thinkers. Jack Donnelly on human rights, Amartya Sen on justice capabilities. So if we follow this universality of rights and law, that across border we should treat everybody as a human being. If you follow this, you can help people achieving a good life. Atrocities from torture, we can help people avoiding the torture. You can see somewhere that people are being tortured continuously. So if you apply these ideas, you can help people from getting tortured. So by using this idea, universal of rights and law, you can help in enforcing international code and humanitarian intervention. What humanitarian intervention means, in some country, you can see sometimes that too much fighting and too much people are dying. This kind of situation happen. It is there in the history, and now it is what's happening. So that time, if you apply this Unit 14, Universal of Rights and Law, you will help those people. The whole world will come. Now, example, if there is a fighting in example, just for example, Myanmar, if people are dying, fighting, killing each other, so that time what will do, the whole world will come together and they will try to help the country by sending the peacekeeping force. The army will be sent there so that we can solve the problem. That is called humanitarian intervention. So that is called universal of rights. In the international field, when there is too much problem, if we apply this, we can help them to survive. So this is the helpful of universality of rights. So these are the thinkers. Jack Donnelly, he talk about human rights, and Amartya Sen, he talk about justice capabilities. So these are the implication about how justice, how universal of rights and law is going to help in the whole world, how it can be helpful. Next is Unit 15, sovereignty, definition and types. Okay, sovereignty means supreme individual authority over territory and its people. Sovereignty means independence. If you go by this definition here, sovereignty, supreme indivisible authority over territory and people, that is, we are talking about the government here. In our country, the government has the power to control its people, is it not? So that is called supreme indivisible authority over territory and people. So the government has the power to control its people. That's how it means. That's the word sovereignty means independence. We are not controlled by China or we are not controlled by America. Internal sovereignty means domestic control without interference in our internal politics. Whatever the prime minister and home minister, whatever the policy they want to bring, it can be done by them. We don't need to be dependent on anybody else. External means independent international relation. Whatever the relationship India want to keep with Russia, whatever the relationship China want to give with Japan, it is the they're independent to decide. India is independent to decide what kind of relationship I want to keep with Sri Lanka, what kind of relationship I want to keep with Afghanistan. This is called external sovereignty. Other country cannot tell me what to do. Okay. So there are two types of sovereignty: internal sovereignty and external sovereignty. That means internal independence and external independence. Okay. Sovereignty means independence. Then nobody is controlling you. Okay. So this is called sovereignty. Definition of sovereignty: absolute power, Bodin and Hobbes. So two people have given definition as sovereignty means absolute power. In my house, I am sovereign. Other people cannot come and tell me what to eat in my house, what to wear in my house, when to sleep in my house. This is called sovereignty, absolute power. You have your power in your own house. Okay? So this is called sovereignty. So modern legal recognition by a treaties, Montevideo Convention. Okay? In today's world, what we know sovereignty is through the agreement. Sovereignty is actually bound by the agreement. Okay, just like in 1947, India made agreement with the British that we are no longer under British control. We are independent and we can decide whatever we want for ourselves. Weber, monopoly on legitimate violences within border. We have another thinker who is called Max Weber. His idea is that only the police in the country can beat you. If somebody else come and beat you, that means it is going to be a police case. But if police beat you, whom will you give case? Because they are the legitimate violence. Okay, so they are the monopoly. They have been given that right. Whenever you are naughty, the teacher will beat you. Obviously, she should not beat with too much beating, but sometimes teacher punish give you punishment sometimes. Why? Because he has the right to teach you. If you are going on the wrong path, he's trying to teach you that you should not do that. So if you do that bad habit again, you will get the punishment again. So by that fear, you will not do the bad thing. So that is what is called monopoly on legitimate violence within borders. Okay. The police can, control you. If you are doing something bad, police will try to take you to jail and punish you so that you will not repeat the mistake again. So these are the definition of sovereignty. What is the meaning of sovereignty? Means absolute independence and control over my life. Types of sovereignty: de jure, de facto, popular. Okay, so de jure means a legal claim to authority. Okay, who is legally claim to the authority, like a judge of a high court is a de jure, because he is legally accepted. Like I'm a teacher, I'm teaching because I'm legally accepted by the university authority to teach you. That is called de jure, means legally permitted and legally accepted authority. Like if police tell you that tomorrow this road is blocked, okay, so tomorrow there is a meeting, so you have to go another road, so you will follow because they are the legal authority. That is called real sovereignty. That is called de jure. De facto, actual exercise of power. Okay. Like in India, we say that president is the head of the country, but actually prime minister is doing all the work, is it not? In written form, we claim that president is the head of the country, but actually prime minister is doing all the work. That is called de facto, actual exercise power, maybe somebody else. Okay. Popular means derived from people conscience. Rossio. Rossio is a thinker. He talk about popular sovereignty means when everybody accept that concept and we follow their rules and regulations. That is called popular sovereignty. When everybody accept it, we accept the government is right, so we go and give election in the vote in the election. We support this government, we talk about this government is should do this political party should do this. So this is called, we give them the power to rule over us. That is called popular sovereignty. So these are the types of sovereignty. Challenges, what are the problems? Trade blocks even erode absolute control. So the business people are trying to, sometimes they cause problem. Okay, if there is a multinational company like Apple or Microsoft, if they want to establish some business in your country, they will try to control your country by collecting the data or taking a land. The people will be shifted from there. So that kind of things, your sovereignty, your independence may be threatened, because if the government want to bring Coca-Cola company in India, Coca-Cola will have some demand, because people are demanding Coca-Cola, so government have to bring the Coca-Cola. So for that, in that process, government will negotiate with the business, and that trade business will turn into something that government have to accept their terms and conditions. So that's how sometimes sovereignty is challenged, that your independence is taken away by some businessmen. United Nations is there. When somebody try to control your country, that time you may lose your independence. There is United Nations is there, we all know. Sometimes they do actions such that your country is being controlled by the United Nations. Whenever there is a problem, as I said, if there is a fighting somewhere and another country is trying to interfere in your country, that is called erode absolute control. Your control may be threatened. So these are the problems that may be there. Human right interpretation, right to protect doctrine challenges non-interference. Okay. Yes, human rights example as I gave earlier. If there is too much fighting, for example, in Myanmar, if India has decided that I will help the Myanmar by sending the army so that the fighting can be stopped, that means you are interfering in another country. So you are interfering about their sovereignty. So that kind of problems may happen. The main thinkers are there: Robert Jackson on quasi-state, Stephen Krasner on sovereignty myths. So these are the good thinkers, and these are the problems that can happen in the sovereignty and independence. So in examples, in what is happening in today's world is that European Union limit member states India's federal balance. Evolution from Westphalia to post-colonial states, balance help global interdependence. So the example is that European Union is there. In European Union, in Europe, there is a union, there is a group. Those are the European countries, they have to be part of it, but they have to listen to what the European Union is saying. So that sometimes your independence is lost. But if you are at home, if you are still a child, if you are still a children, or if you are growing up, sometimes you have to listen to your parents. So that time your independence is lost, because he's trying to control your parents, trying to control your life. So that same example, when a country is being controlled by the whole world, it is called that he is losing the independence. India's federal balance is also the same. There are some states are being controlled by the central government. Central government is trying to control the state too much, so the state is losing its independence. That kind of problems may happen. So evolution is from Westphalia to post-colonial. Westphalia is a very important event. You can learn about this, like a homework. So you learn about Westphalia, what happened in 1648, and from there, what kind of state that we have in today's world. So balance help and global interdependence. So we need to remember that yes, I want to be independent. I want to, as a country, I want to be sovereign, okay, sovereign as a country, independent without not under anybody's control. But we should remember that in today's world, we are always interdependent. If you want to buy BMW car, you have to talk with Germany and bring their car in your country. So you are dependent on them. If you want to wear a Western cloth, if you want to branded Adidas or Nike, whatever the brand you want to wear, that means you have to import that business, that cloth from the other country. Then only you can use it. So in that process, you have to have some partnership, and your sovereignty, your independence, maybe little bit up and down. You have to balance. You should not say that I'm independent, I'll not talk to anybody, I will live alone in my room at home like this. No, you have to have a balance. Okay, so this is what talk about. So this is the example and evolution of sovereignty, what kind of problems may be there and how to balance. So we have one more unit, forms of government. So how government is running and what are the function, let's see. Criteria is who rules, how selected, power distribution, goal, stability, legitimation, responsiveness. So the role of a government is to bring stability in society, to bring legitimacy, to bring the real authority and responsibility to help the people whenever they need responsiveness. So let's see forms of governments. There are different types of government. See, first is direct democracy. Citizen vote law directly. In India, we do not vote on the law. Only those are the MP they vote. So there is in Switzerland, it is real that every person they vote about the law. That is called direct democracy. Representative democracy, elected representative make decision. Like India and USA, we elect our MP and we elect our MLA. This is called representative democracy. Okay, so India and USA are example. Third is parliamentary democracy, executive from legislature fusion. UK and Canada, they are following this. Okay, those are the executive, those are the government, they are coming from the legislature. India is also following this. So these are the three types of democracy, three types of government system we can see. Those who are not democratic country, they have absolute monarchy, hereditary ruler, unchecked power. Saudi Arabia, if you talk about Saudi Arabia country, who is the ruler? The prince. So the prince is the absolute power. There is no election. So the prince, his son will become the leader again. His son, his daughter will become the leader again. That is called absolute monarchy. There is also a type of government system. Oligarchy is there, ruled by elite few, wealth, military. Russia. In Russia, if you see, those who are the wealthy and those who are the military, they are ruling the country actually. So that is called oligarchy in the Russia. Dictatorship means single leader, suppress oppression. North Korea. In North Korea, who is the leader? Kim Jong Un. Everybody know. So he's the one ruler, and everybody is no more is there. So these are the three different types of government system in this whole world. We should not say that everybody is giving election, everybody is living like us. No, we are different. We are in India, we are different. In America, it is different. Japan, it is different. In Singapore, different. India, Switzerland, USA, UK, Canada, Saudi Arabia, Russia, North Korea, all have a different types of government. So totalitarian ideology plus certain example Stalin. Okay, so totalitarian is a system everywhere everything is under control of the government, ideology and surveillance. What do you do, what do you eat, what kind of internet do you search, where whom do you hang out with, these things will be checked. It is a system called totalitarianism. It was used by Stalin in USSR. In Russia, it was used by Stalin. He was a leader. Next is theocracy, religious law, where the country is ruled by the religion. In Iran, you will see that the country is all running by the religion law. In federalism, power share between center and regions. Example, Germany and USA, even India is also there. So central government is there and state government also will be there. Okay, so these are two types. It's called federalism. So these are more types of government: totalitarian, theocracy, and federalism. So yes, we have discussed form of government and we have come to the last part. Rights universality means in approach every part of the world, we should make sure that everybody is treated equally and should be given equal right and equal opportunity to develop themselves. We should promote equality. We should promote cultural barriers. If I say that he is from this culture, I will not help him, I will not give him opportunity, that's not good. We should make sure that from every culture, from every language, from every religion, people should be come together and treated equally, okay, and equal before the law. We talk about sovereign evolving, okay. Sovereign means independent. You can be purely independent, but you have to balance that in this today's world of globalization, you are dependent on somebody for something else. You may need some clothing material from America. America might need some fruits from India. So you need some oil from Russia, or Russia might need some support from us. So it's an interdependent. Okay, we should not say I'm totally independent. I will just stay inside my border. I will not go out of my house. I will live alone. It cannot be. It should be independent. So that's we need to remember. Government diverse. So there can be different types of government: democracy, authoritarian, each with trade-off. Every government has its own type, its negative effect and its positive effect. So there are different types of government which we have discussed. Balance neither rights protects citizens, sovereignty enables governance. So balance should be there. Okay, rights should be given. People what they deserve should be given, and government should help the poor people, especially. And sovereignty means with independence only you can help your country. If other country is controlling your country, then your country will not be developed. You are under somebody's control. So application India system blends all for democratic stability. So what we see have today is that Indian system has been able to balance with different types of mixtures, like America, like UK. By mixing all these things, India has been quite able to live a stable democracy till now. Okay. There is no uh, too much of fighting against the government. There is too much, no big revolution happened in the last 75 or 76 years. So this called a democratic stability is there. So this is the conclusion. We talk about rights universality, we talk about sovereignty, we talk about different types of government, we talk about the balance needed, and how Indian government is maintaining its own. So yes, we talk about next session is democratic participation and secularism.